So, in this past week, we've gone over a bunch of different ways that you can handle applying and rendering textures inside of the material editor in ways that you don't need a texturing program to handle. These are different effects that you can use in various ways to break up things like repetition or applying individuality to assets without needing to go in and creating an entirely new texture set through an external program like Substance Painter or Pixel Mixer and stuff. We've gone over landscapes and we've talked about how to set up landscape layers, applying broad normals, and setting up our own custom height maps for them. We've gone over creating layered materials with the use of material functions. We've gone over vertex painting and weight painting and how you can really go and create additional details to a already basic asset. And then finally, we've gone over the creation of world position blending to our materials so that we can really add dynamics to our materials. For the homework, I would like to see a material example of every single thing that we've created. So for the landscape, I just need to see 3 separate layers. You can name them with whatever texture element you're gonna use, so you can do snow, dirt, grass, or whatever. If you want to just not individualize it like that and just apply layer 1, 2, or 3, or layer A, B, or C, by all means. It just has to be a master material and a instance material. And then just in your projects file, create a simple level with the landscape created. It has to be set to the way we made our final landscape, which is it has the 3 layers, it has the height slope information with the rock face, as well as the snow layer height lerp. And I want to see you guys create a simple, very rudimentary landscape using the sculpting tools. It doesn't have to be crazy detailed just to show the rock face and the snow information. Your next homework assignment is to create a layered material. I will provide the dumpster material as well as the mask ID, and I'll also provide the links to the materials that I've already used for the painted, the rubber, and all the other materials. But you guys, if you have a mesh that you already have for a personal project, by all means to bring it in. It just needs to have a mesh ID created that designates in RGB 3 different masked out layers. So you're going to create the material function to create the layer as well as the blending within the material itself. Next, you're going to create a vertex painted shader that will use the alpha blending, at least for the end. It will be the material that we created at the end where we had a black, red, green, blue vertex blend, but then we also have that additional weight paint. So I'm going to need to see 5 different textures applied to a mesh. You can use the sample starter boulder, or if you have any other organic asset or you have another asset you want to try and apply some painting to, just be aware it will require a fair amount of vertices. So don't try and go into like Maya and just subdivide it. Really try and just add a rudimentary amount of vertices. I don't need to see like a 500,000 vertex heavy mesh, something very simple. And then just apply it. And I just need to see 5 separate painted materials to it. And then finally, you're going to create the 2 separate world position materials that we created. The single direction material that we created here and just apply it to a box. That way I can just hop into the level and just, play around and move the box and see what direction you're choosing. And then the second one will be the tri-planar material with the addition of the height lerp of a top material. So again, it could just be a boulder or it could be a metal object with rust on top. You can apply a like painted metal material to like a mailbox or something and then apply rust to the top of it or something. I just need to see that I can move this object around and see that the rock faces are world positioned and that I can rotate and they move along with the rotations. And then just have a simple static mask of what you're going to have overlaid on top. And that will be the homework for week 4. Thank you guys, and I can't wait to see you guys next week.